been a treasure to be able to work with Mayor Kim as he has entered into his service here as mayor. This being his second State of the City message, it's an honor to again join this year. But to Mayor Kim, I say thank you for the partnership. We have invested heavily in infrastructure, in investments that will serve this innovation, precision economy in a very direct capacity, and it will require implementation, much of it ground into local opportunities that are going to be on the plate of city and county reps. So we thank you for that partnership. I'll begin with the American Rescue Plan. That was our response to the COVID situation. It provided the resources to respond as communities, as individuals, as families, as businesses, as not-for-profits, to the COVID challenge. And with that came a great deal of investment so that the resources to equip individuals and the communities with the concept of fighting this virus, a one-in-a-century type of virus, to be able to be successful and be effective in that effort. I believe that happened with the efforts to get shots in the arms and make certain that with the science-based, evidence-based, we went forward with the correct solutions. But it was also about investing in local communities, making certain that there was an opportunity for us to protect businesses that were struggling to keep their doors open, to make certain that the small business, the engine of the economy, could continue through that and not have our economy brought to its knees. It was about investing in not-for-profits and essential workers that provided critical services to the community, and that happened. We also invested in local governments in making certain that there was an opportunity for them to respond to the economic challenges. To that point, we provided an investment of $7.7 million for the city of Saratoga Springs and $65 million for the county of Saratoga. And they will then make local critical decisions on how best to incorporate those funds into the response, the comeback response to the COVID situation. But it was also about making certain we went forward with specific assistance to two industries that are extremely critical to this community, that being the restaurant community and the arts community. So what we had was the restaurant restoration program, which enabled our restaurants to secure resources to enable them to keep their doors open and to continue to employ individuals. Their industry was hit severely hard. And then the Shutter Venues program, the operators program, that went towards the arts community, enabling them to receive revenues based on 2019 participation. So all of that meant a great deal to the city of Saratoga. And again, Mayor, thank you for being a great leader in making certain that those resources have been incorporated in the way intended. But it didn't stop there. We then moved on to the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, a bipartisan effort that found us working in an holistic capacity to address the needs of infrastructure, making certain that it wasn't just roads and bridges, and we know that they needed investment dearly because of deficient ratings, but it was also about grid modernization. If we're going to incorporate clean energy, we need a state-of-the-art grid. It also meant broadband and water infrastructure, both drinking water, wastewater investments that were required. It was about making certain that our ports and our airports were invested in. If we're going to compete globally in an innovation economy, we need to be equipped. We needed those resources. And so the infrastructure bill did just that. For instance, in this region, $25 million went toward electric buses for CDTA and those charging stations so that we can operate in a cleaner, more efficient fashion so as we provide transit opportunities on a public scale. It then led to the CHIPS and Science Act for this region in the country, where we have built a strong foundation through many years with local and state investment. We then added federal dollars to that effort. It was why I was so vociferous about making certain that our CHIPS and Science Act was brought to completion. It provides a great shot in the arm for the semiconductor industry, for the microelectronics industry, and making certain that we build upon these foundations in terms of job opportunity and supply crisis, where we are going to make certain those chips, which are in so many of the product lines that we require. Toasters, coffee makers, phones, computers, automobiles, it goes on and on. We needed that to be able to come back strongly and to, again, be robustly competitive on a global scale. And so, great infusion of dollars into the resources that are required for our local Malta operation, others like Micron in Syracuse, IBM in Poughkeepsie, and a vacated IBM building in Binghamton that now is going to breathe life into it with battery manufacturing and research. So all of that happening in a very powerful way, but it will be implemented at the local level. And it's so why I'm so very proud to be a partner with this city government. I thank the mayor, the deputy mayor, the commissioners, the city council for making all of this come into working order.